In this video, I'll be reviewing this Hisense soundbar, which is the HS2100. This soundbar comes with a subwoofer and a remote control. I'll talk about the pros and also the cons of owning this soundbar. So let's start with the positive side before going in the negative. So one of the first positive side is the fact that this soundbar is able to connect to your devices in many different ways. So if I turn it on the other side and we look at the connection, it comes with an auxiliary jack, a USB port over here in case you want to use a USB drive to listen to your music, an HDMI port, and also an optical port. And on top of these, you can also connect this soundbar using Bluetooth to your TV. So this makes this soundbar one of the most compatible one, especially in this category. Other competitors like to cheap out and only offer you Bluetooth and sometimes HDMI, but this one offers all the possibilities. You may have noticed from the back that you can also mount this soundbar to your wall because it has these little holes. And the good news is that in the box it comes included with the screws and the hardware that you need to attach to your wall so the soundbar stays in place. So this is another positive side, is that if you want to mount it on your wall, well, you don't have to purchase anything else. Everything comes pre-included. And I forgot to mention, but it also comes with an HDMI cable in the box in case you don't have one. It's always nice to see manufacturing including a cable so you can start connecting it right away. Another positive side is the subwoofer. As you see over here, I really like the fact that is quite compact. You see the palm of my hand. It's one of the smallest comparing again to other competitors from Sony or LG. So if you're living in a tight space, in a tight apartment, and the living room is not very big, well, this is great. You'll be able to fit it very well. I don't really have to mention it, but the subwoofer is wireless, which means that there's no cable connecting it to the soundbar. Everything is done. They connect automatically out of the box. You don't have to do anything. And finally, another positive point is the remote control. As you see over here, I really like that you can customize your sound. If we look closely, we have an EQ button over here that will switch between different predetermined EQ, like movie, music, and other ones. So you can switch over here, but you can customize your sound manually. You have a bass button where you can add or subtract bass, and a treble button where again you can add or remove trebles. Very nice. And on top of that, you also have a surround button, which means that it will try to give you the impression that you have a surround sound system. Now, before talking about the negative side, let me do a quick sound test. So if we're talking about sound, I think this is a pretty capable setup over here, especially under $200. The power output is 240 watts, which means that obviously if you have, let's say, a large basement, you may need to find an alternative, maybe one of 400 watts to fill the space completely. But again, for a normal size living room, I think this is perfect, especially with a subwoofer to supplement that bass. And it's really nice that I can push the bass to the maximum using the remote control. It's also compatible with Dolby Audio. But now, what are the negative side of this soundbar? I'm sure many people are wondering. Well, first of all is that every time I power on this soundbar, let me do it so you understand, you hear a voice telling you power on, and then it will tell you the source, and then it will tell you connected to the subwoofer. So this could be very annoying, especially that I didn't find a way to turn it off. It's not written in the manual. I searched on internet, on Reddit. Some people were giving some tips on how to do it. I tried everything, and on this model, I wasn't able to turn it off. It doesn't mean that there's not a way, it's just that I didn't find it. So type a comment down below if you know, but let me just demonstrate. Right now the soundbar was turned on. I'll just turn it off, and now I'll turn it back on again and listen.
Power on. USB. Subwoofer paired.
So yeah, every time you turn it on, you're gonna hear that annoying voice reminding you that it has been turned on. There's a way to put it in standby mode so it never goes off really, and I think you should not be forced to hear that voice every time, because especially if it's at nighttime, you're trying to turn on your TV to watch something, you don't want to wake up the whole house with this annoying voice, because even if you turn off the volume, you're gonna still hear it. Now another downside is, although I like this subwoofer because it's really thin, the downside of having a thin subwoofer is that the speaker is actually on the side. Most subwoofer will have or a speaker firing down, okay, it will be on feet firing down, or on the front, but over here it's on the side, which means that depending on your living room setup, let's say you have a couch over here and the only space to put your subwoofer is on the left side, well, and you're trying to put this side by side with your couch, well, unfortunately this speaker will be firing right in your couch, and yeah, a lot of that bass will be lost because there's nothing on this side or on the front or even on the top. So you need to make sure that you won't block this grill, this mesh on the side of the sub, and yeah, this is, again, I think I would have preferred having the speaker on the front. But overall, do I recommend this soundbar? In my opinion, yes. If you have a budget of $150, which is the price that is currently going on, I'll put links on Amazon if you want to check it out or check out other soundbar. I think for this price, you get a lot of value. This is the main point I think that you need to keep in mind. You get a lot of value. I have reviewed Sony models of a similar price range and even LG models, and they don't offer all the features that this is available. So they won't offer you such a customizable sound on the remote with so many modes, and they will not offer you that many inputs on the back. I know that even the cheapest Sony soundbars are only compatible with Bluetooth. They won't even have ports anymore. So this is great to see that Hisense is still prioritizing the capabilities of the soundbar, so you can connect it with your TV, smartphone, computer, or even other devices quite easily. So thanks for watching. Please leave a comment down below, subscribe. Check my Amazon links if you want to get this soundbar or another one, and I'll see you in the next video.